Hello and welcome to a new episode of Review. Today we will take a closer look at the Boeing 747-8 in the current colors of Lufthansa, but with a special twist to the livery. More on that later. We can already see here Fanhansa, a branding that Lufthansa introduced in 2014. We can see a very nice image of the aircraft here in the front. We can see it says Siegerflieger, more on that later. And we of course also have the Lufthansa branding. Now the box is a bit special because if we open it, we can see here we get some very nice images inside. Herpa is doing the same thing with the A380s from Lufthansa, and I said it in an earlier review that I really like that. Then we have the cutouts and we can see the aircraft inside. Now if we turn the box around, on the back side we have a very nice image again of the aircraft itself. We have the original dimensions and some more information as always. So let's look inside. And here she is, the Boeing 747-8, the latest passenger version of the jumbo jet from Boeing. And in this case we have a special Lufthansa livery. Now it's the current colors of Lufthansa, but the Fanhansa edition of that. And it's not just the Fanhansa edition, but the Fanhansa Siegerflieger version. Now, the Fanhansa branding was introduced up to the FIFA World Cup 2014 in Brazil, as Lufthansa was an official sponsor of the German national team. With this particular aircraft, they picked up the crowned world champions, the German national team, from Brazil and flew them back to Germany, hence the name Siegerflieger, as it translates to victory flight or victory plane. Now during the World Cup, Lufthansa had actually given several of their aircraft the Fanhansa branding, including an Airbus A340-600. All of these aircraft have been painted back to the normal scheme, except for this aircraft, which continues to fly as the Fanhansa Siegerflieger. Now let us take a closer look at this indeed very unique aircraft, and as always we start with the tail section, and here we can see on the top of the vertical stabilizer we have the last two letters of the registration code, as it is usual for Lufthansa. Then of course we have the Lufthansa branding. On the fuselage we can then see the writing of Lufthansa.com, we have the full registration code and the German flag. Now if we move from the back of the aircraft all the way to the front of the aircraft, we can see along the fuselage the Fanhansa branding, the writing of Siegerflieger. Underneath that we then have the Lufthansa branding, just in case we should be in doubt to whom this aircraft belongs. Then right next to that we have the aircraft type specification and the name of the aircraft, which in this case is the German city of Potsdam. Then right next to the cockpit windows we have the Starlines branding. Right under the cockpit windows we have the Lufthansa branding once again, and we can also see the emergency hatch of the cockpit. And now let's continue with some more stunning details of this aircraft, and we start with the engines, which look really amazing on this aircraft. I very much like those, especially when we also look into the engines. We can see here the fan blades, really nicely detailed. And when we take a closer look at the updated wings of the Boeing 747-8, we see some very nice details. And the first thing that springs to mind is of course the lack of the winglets, which we're used to seeing from the Boeing 747-400, but due to the unique shape of the 747-8's wings, they are not needed. And also if we take a look at the underside of the wings, we can see some more very nice details indeed. And then another detail of course are the doors to the cargo compartment, which have been fitted, as we can see right here. Now the 747-8, a beautiful aircraft, but it does have some tough times in real life, as well production numbers have to be cut down by Boeing due to the lack of orders. And although it might be a bit nostalgic, I'm really happy about this new version. I think it looks really great, and well, it kind of ensures that we can see the Queen of the Skies at least for the next 10, 20, maybe even 30 years to come. And especially in a livery like that, it's absolutely amazing. Now with that we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed, feel free to leave a like, or if you're new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. And don't miss out on the next episode of Review, where we will take a closer look at the Boeing 777-200LR in the current colors of Ethiopian Airlines. Now until then, I would like to say thank you very much for watching, hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.